Today's true scary story is not just going to be one story, but a compilation of stories. 3 stories about what I believe to be our mimics. Make sure before you watch this video that you say a prayer and that you also put headphones in so that you don't allow the speaker on your phone to invite any spirits into your home. The first scary story is about a girl named Raven. Now, Raven lives in Indiana with her fiance, and one day her and her fiance were at home just eating dinner and watching TV in the living room. She has to get up to go to the bathroom, so she gets up and she goes to the bathroom, which is down the hall from the living room. When she gets into the bathroom, she opens the door and she sees a man standing there. But this man looks exactly like her fiance, just a little bit taller. But the man is just standing there smiling at her. She thinks this is kind of weird and she's like, okay, why is he in here? Like, he was just on the couch, but he must have needed to come in here and get something. Because then after he's just standing there smiling at her, he turns around and he walks into the bedroom. So she thinks this is kind of weird. So instead of going to the bathroom, she turns around and she goes back to the living room. And who does she see? Her fiance, just sitting on the couch. She stands there in shock. She cannot believe what she is seeing right now. And she just looks at him and says, "What? How did you get here so fast?" And he just looks at her and he's like, "What do you mean? I didn't get up. I have never gotten up. I have been here the entire time." And she said, I just saw you. I saw you in the bedroom. You were standing there smiling at me. Like, what? And to her horror, he says, "Oh my God, I saw the same thing earlier when I was washing the dishes." He just didn't tell her. Why? Why do guys do that? Fast forward to a couple days later, and she's home alone and she's watching TV, and her living room is right by the front door when she hears somebody knock on the front door. So she gets up, she goes and checks, she opens the door, and no one's there. So she's like, okay. So she shuts the door, she goes back and she sits down. When all of a sudden she hears somebody call her name, Raven. So she looks up and she looks in the direction of the door, and what she saw terrified her. Standing right before her eyes was a tall figure with no face, and it was just standing there calling her name over and over again. Raven, Raven. Now she is absolutely frozen in fear right now. She cannot move when all of a sudden the door opens and in walks her fiance, and that thing disappears. And she runs over to her fiance and she's like, "Oh my God, is it really you? Is it really you?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" "Yes, it's me." And she's like, "I just saw you. I just saw you. I just saw you. You had no face. Like, I don't know what's going on." And he's like, it's okay. Like, I'm here. That wasn't me. I've seen it before. Like, remember, it's not me. Calm down. Story number 2. Now, story number 2 was sent to me by a girl named Raven. And Raven grew up in southern Michigan in the 80s and the 90s. Her house was on 5 acres and surrounded by fields and dense woods. There were no other houses in sight. Every morning when she was around 9 or 10, she would wait at the end of her long driveway for the school bus with her faithful German Shepherd, Nova. On a fall morning, she wakes up, she does her regular routine, and she goes